D'un côté, si des femmes en Dieu.
Hello everyone and welcome to the very first episode of the Black Topic Podcast, hosted by your very own me, Stephen Kamara, where myself alongside my special guest will be talking about the black experience in the UK through the social, political, academic and economic climate.
See when he...
Also...
I drank water and it spilled. Okay. So can we do it again?
This guy's a fool.
You know what's good? I was drinking it, he said go. Hold on.
No, it's right, it's on.
No, it's not that.
I got a stain on me.
Are you alright, Jolo?
I was drinking, it just slipped on my lip. My lip. It slipped from my lip. I'm sorry, look.
Hello everyone and welcome to the very first episode of the Black Topic Podcast, hosted by your very own me, Stephen Kamara, where myself alongside my special guest will be talking about the black experience in the UK through the social, political, academic and economic climate, assessing stigmas in the community and trying our best to provide solutions on the basis of our understanding. So today I've got some special guests, my brothers, my right hand men. You see the way they're grinning teeth here, you know what it is. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna ask these men to give you guys one fact about themselves and introduce themselves. But before I start, I can't lie you man, yeah? When I wanted to start the
What's going on, man?
When I wanted to start this podcast, yeah, I swear to God, bro, it took me about a year and a bit to just get going. Then I started, when I was ready, I remember I told you man in Ghana, innit? I was like, oh, this year, my bucket list, I'm gonna get my podcast done. And I start seeing on Twitter, girls are saying, oh, if you're a guy and you do a podcast, you're a bad bee. Bro, even recently, I went to a party, yeah? One girl must have been like to me, oh, she looked at me, I was talking. She's like to me, do you do a podcast? I was like, no. She's like, yeah, because if you did, I'll get the ick. I was like, please, sister, I don't want, you might be my future wife, you know, don't come on.
Get the ick, then get the ick.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. When man seeing 3 shots of tequila and that, the thing's sold out. How many girls are there?
Boy, all of them
Forget about that. They're just chatting, man. They're chatting.
Yeah, man, 100%, man.
But you, man, obviously just introduce yourself and give us one fact about yourselves.
You should go first.
Yeah, I think you should go first.
Me?
Yeah, go on.
So my name is Stephen, and unknown fact about me to a lot of people is that I sing.
Bro.
Who's next?
I'm Jono. Unknown fact about me, I watch American football, play American football. Yeah. So,
Say no more. I'm Jacob. I used to do public speaking.
Jeez.
you can tell, man.
You know what I mean? You see?
Not you. Say no more.
My name is Malik.
Jeez.
Come
I'm
on.
a twin. I got a twin sister.
Hey, that's hard stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Before we get cracking, yeah, I want to ask you, I want to see if you guys are normal. Yeah. So, cereal before milk or milk before cereal?
There's only one answer to that. There's only one answer to that.
You sure?
Someone's got to say it.
Because if you do it the other way, you're abnormal.
So which one is the correct way?
You know which way it is.
No, I don't know. You tell me.
Which way do you do it? I don't know. Bro, there's only one way.
Go on then.
There's only one way.
That's what I want to hear. So
For me, all I know is
Go on.
cereal then milk.
Come on. Say no more.
we all with that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you do it any other way, you're a weirdo.
Okay.
Yeah, serial killer vibes, I don't know.
The last one. Green grapes or red grapes?
There's only one answer again.
I agree. And if I hear what you said last time, Steve, I'm going to be very angry.
It's a class thing. It's a class thing. It's a class thing.
He said there's a class
Red
element to
grapes,
it.
red grapes are for the classy people.
100%.
Red grapes is class. You see, like back in the days, even in the Bible, everything. There's no white grapes.
Red
Red
grapes.
wine. The red grapes, the red wine.
Makes sense, you know.
Jesus, red wine.
Talk to us.
White wine.
No, I'll say on my
Let him
chest.
talk
Green
about it.
grapes.
Yeah,
Green grapes all the way.
upper echelon people like classy, me, Jacob,
100.
Listen.
Jono, red grapes. The lower, you get me?
You guys
So white grapes.
green grapes. You know, you man just don't have souls.
There's
That's
no
what it is.
flavour in that.
Is it white grapes or green grapes? What do you call it?
You know, it's white wine. White wine from green grapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and red wine from red grapes.
Yeah, I don't
But
like
I can't lie to you.
green
That's a bit strange, man.
I don't like green grapes.
100%. The red ones are sweeter.
Never liked it, bro.
Do you know what it is?
Red ones are sweeter.
I like it as a juice, but as the actual
Nah, always red grapes.
eating it, I feel like it gets sour quickly in comparison to the green grapes.
Well, the red ones.
wrong way round.
Nah, wrong way round, bro.
This guy's colorblind.
100%.
got the green one. The red one.
I said my taste buds have become customized.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
But firstly, I just want to thank all you man for coming today and supporting.
That's always, bro. That's love. That's always.
And obviously now we went to the same university together. We've been friends for about just over 5 years.
20 which year?
60. Well, these lot have been friends longer.
That's 2016.
15 now.
Yeah.
15.
2015.
Yeah.
That's 7 years.
That's 7 years.
Yeah.
I met the bros.
And you 2016.
Oh shit, 2016. So 6 years. Jono I've known for a little bit longer.
Sorry.
Say down, has it been that long?
Yeah, Jono I've known for a little bit longer because obviously school days when I was in year 11, innit? But obviously you guys are my right hand man, so I thought the topic of brotherhood is something that's very sensitive, especially us, like the way we think, the way we talk, innit? So I wanted to start off with, what do you man think brotherhood is, or what does brotherhood mean to you?
Yeah. Okay. It's a good question, though.
Who's gonna go first?
I'm gonna kick it off actually. Yeah, I don't mind. To me, brotherhood encompasses a lot, but for me, I know if I got a brother and I've got some on my plate, he's got none, I'm gonna give him some.
Equity,
and we're gonna look out for each other, and we're gonna make sure we're on point. When something I do wrong, the man should be telling me type thing. So brotherhood is just that constant communication with each other and just remaining solid with anything.
That's good, you know. I can't lie to you. For me, when you said it, I was just thinking, it's BAU, business as usual. It's my everyday brotherhood. I don't know why, but like I have a lot of like male friends and influences in my life, and I think it's this unconditional love that you have without thought and without like even having to. I don't know. If somebody asks me for something, if you're my brother, you ask me for something, I got you 100% all the time. You know, so long as it's legal. But then I got you. Do you know what I mean? If it ain't legal, I'm not sure about that. But that's it to me, man. It's kind of like a norm.
For me, I think brotherhood is about being selfless and not, what's the word? Not counting favors.
Yeah.
And not expecting.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
But also about reciprocity. So, you know, when I do something, when I come here, when you call me, yo, come to the podcast, it's man, they even got to think about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there. You feel me?
100.
So
100.
for me,
100%.
it's just natural. Like you said, it's business as usual.
Business as usual.
Yeah.
Because even me, when I think about brotherhood, it's about loyalty, respect. You know what I mean? I got you, your back, you got mine.
Yeah.
You know, no matter the circumstance. You see, your fam. It's like, you know, when you're younger and you're growing up, your mum's like, oh yeah, this is not my blood sister, but she's my friend.
But that's
so like, I said to you the other day, I was like, bro, you're more or less like a cousin to me now. You see what I mean?
Look at this. Look at it. Funny you say that, because remember I told you Jacob's my cousin.
Yeah, blood cousin.
He's my second cousin.
Yeah.
But when my mum found that out and I found that out, because of how our bond was,
Nothing changed.
me finding out he was my cousin, it wasn't gonna make us any
closer.
closer. Because man was already treating you like family.
100%.
So
100%.
when I found out he was my cousin, it was just like,
Standard.
It's just like
it's like there's nothing else I can do.
Yeah, like
You know when someone might say, "Oh, this person is your cousin," so like, "Oh, cool, let me start chilling with them, or let me start hanging around with them." We was ready. So when I found out he's my cousin, I'm just like, it makes sense.
It's like even though you guys aren't blood, it's like my mum, she'll regulate me. She'll be like, hey, how's my son Jacob doing? Or how's my son Jono doing? Or how's Malik doing? I'm like, oh yeah, they're doing okay. Fam, even when I remember anytime when Jacob comes, hey, my son, hey, what do you want to eat? Those ones, she'll be like, hey, what do you want, Mama K? Oh, no, I'm okay, I don't mind. Jacob would just come to my house, he'll be like, hey, Steven, what's in the fridge? What are we going to chop? I'm like, oh, bro, you know what it is, man. But when we look at the definition of brotherhood, it is the association or community of people linked by a common interest, religion, or trade. And it makes sense, if I'm honest with you. I think it's in line of what we're about.
Linked by a common interest, religion,
or trade.
Trade,
yeah. So just to kind of give the breakdown of today's episode, so it's going to be split into 3 parts. And the first thing that I want to talk about, the first part is, how does toxic masculinity run our society? Wow. So just putting it out there.
Oh, is that what you're asking?
That's what
I thought you were going to list them.
Yeah, I thought you were going to.
So the first one is what? How does toxic masculinity
run our society?
Yeah. So if you want me to break it down a little bit more, so toxic masculinity goes into the aspects of toughness, anti-femininity, and power.
Okay.
Yeah.
Toughness, anti-femininity,
and power.
Did I even say that right? Anti-femininity. I think
You're ready.
You know what? I think we can just edit that one.
No.
if I'm saying it right,
Can you just
you get
something
me?
about that one? Yeah.
Do you know what it is? I think it's kind of related to toxic masculinity. I feel a lot of people, especially boys, especially black men, yeah, from our backgrounds, etc.
Yep.
They're afraid to be themselves. So whether that's, for example, you know me, I might wear something, and because of how men them view me or see me, it's like, oh, you can't wear that, or you can't dye your hair, or you can't do this, because there's kind of like a unspoken standard, societal standard that
you have to conform
man
to.
have to be like this, or wear this or wear that. And I feel those boxes that people try to put us in, it kind of holds you back, because if you're always trying to put yourself in a box, you're not really trying to be yourself.
100.
And you're never going to experience certain things that's outside of that box, because you're so used to the box.
Yeah.
So I feel people are scared to maybe embrace their feminine side, or you know,
their creative side.
yeah, because it might be deemed as art, or even a man might sing and you might know him for years and you've never heard him sing, because singing's for girls, or this is for girls, or you get me. When it's just be yourself.
100%, man.
Whatever you're comfortable in. But a lot of people are scared of judgment.
I think it's a whole aspect of labeling, if I put it that way.
That's
Do you
exactly
understand?
what
In the
it
sense of, like, for example, like I was saying the other day, me and John were talking the other week, and I was like to him, when you look at the aspect of toxic masculinity, it's so much deeper than what we just think it is. You understand? Culturally, you see, even like, for example, Buhari, the president of Nigeria, where he was like, the only place for a woman is in the kitchen. You understand? It's like those standards where to say, even in the, I think it's
That
deep
misogyny.
rooted in the African black, I'll say,
Especially West African.
West Africa.
Yeah.
It's like the men, like when you look at it back from back in the day, the women get married early.
Yeah.
They don't really get much education. They're supposed to stay in the kitchen, cook for the men.
Traditionally.
Whereas the men are the ones that even like they'll go and get an education. They'll be kind of like the breadwinners. I'm not saying it's like that now, but
That's how
back
it
in the
was
day,
traditionally,
traditionally that's what it is. And I think that in itself, it is bad, because if you really look at it, it's good, because for me, my mentality is I would have to be a provider as a man. But at the same time, it's one of those things where to say, I think as a man, you need to be able to do what a woman can do in terms of to cook, to clean. You know what I mean? It's not
so
the role.
that's survival skills.
You see what I
anyway,
mean?
yeah.
And I think that culturally, you see a lot of men grow up to be so lazy and mummy's boys, because it's like, oh well, I wasn't taught to cook, I wasn't taught to clean, I don't know how to do these basic things. And also you see a lot of mums cave that on, because it's like, well, he's a man, he shouldn't be in the kitchen, he shouldn't be doing this, he shouldn't be doing that. I'm grateful my mum actually taught me some of these kind of values from young.
Basic
You need to
skills.
clean, you need to cook, you need to, you know what I mean? Not everything your wife or your woman or your lady needs to do it. You need to do it. You understand?
I think if you go like a bit deeper into the psychology of things, this toxic masculinity thing, I think it's a lot to do with fear and pride. Those two very deep emotions, in my personal opinion. Like Malik, what you were touching about was the fear to step out the box. You see what I mean? That's I think not only does it control us, it kind of paralyzes people's
100%.
ambitions, abilities, creativity, and everything, because they're really afraid to step from in that box of what society has classed, like you said, outside, and you miss a lot of greats. They say the grave has the most talent or something, or
Of course.
the most. Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of people will conform to certain things their whole life and not break that cycle.
Yeah, true.
And I think pride is another thing where you talk about maybe fear is the cause and pride is the effect or something, because you see, like, male pride is the reason why a lot of these toxic traits are coming out. These masculine toxic traits, like your inability to communicate properly,
that's what I was about to
and all of these things. There's the argument of, like, we were never nurtured to be good communicators, but it comes a point in your life where you take responsibility of the trauma that you've endured, and it becomes your responsibility to deal with it. Do you understand?
Because you're an adult now,
100%.
you're in society, and you have to be a productive person in society.
100%.
Because
So
even when
no
you
one cares about your story.
It's true.
Yeah.
You're here where you are today, and literally exactly what you said about communicating. I feel that is one of the key things. in our community that holds us back because people feel that the masculine response to things is violence. So I might have a situation with you, and I know a lot of situations where man have died or man have been hurt seriously because, like what he said, people didn't want to swallow the pride and sit down and say, do you know what, bro? I'm sorry I did that. Or do you know what, bro? You shouldn't have done that. Because sometimes people feel like they're too big for a conversation, you know? And people feel like, if I got a situation with him, I've got to have an outburst and boom, boom. But
masculine
you need
response.
some emotional dexterity, bro.
That's even landing on that
Doing
point
that
as
ain't
well.
masculine.
No.
Bugging out ain't masculine.
100.
But that's
even
what
weak.
it's seen as
Weak,
masculine.
yeah.
So if you don't do it, you might be seen as, he's not on it.
It's a society.
He's not
Yes.
this.
They paint that
essentially
picture.
your pussy, or essentially,
What is viewed as masculine is only in our little culture.
100%.
When you go
This
out,
culture.
I'm
that.
getting there. When you go out there into the real world,
100.
not the black world.
No.
Remember, we're only like maybe 5% of the whole UK population, if that.
3%.
Blacks,
3%.
3%. When you step out of black and urban, whatever you want to call it, for lack of a better word, and you go into the real world, people ain't doing the rah, rah, rah. You know what men are doing? Filing a grievance.
Escalating to HR.
That's exactly where the money comes in.
No, it's true.
And then do you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna be getting angry and doing the outburst, and it's just more ammo. It's right. So by the time you get there, you're fired. Because you're in a workplace now, and you're bringing your cultural way that you act, which isn't acceptable in the workplace.
But then, bro, at the same time as well, just landing on that point about in terms of like how you behave and whatnot. I think as I said again, it's deep rooted because you see, especially when you look at boys from single homes. Like I'm from a single home, and there were certain things in terms of talking, communicating, liaising with people. Like, as a man, you shouldn't talk too much. As a man, you shouldn't do this. As a man, you should know how to. Why are you crying? You're a man. Do you understand? It's like, okay, cool. So if I don't have any level of outlet, where do I go to?
No, Stephen, you know what?
You understand?
It's absolutely, what you're saying is absolutely correct. And I think we acknowledge and we tick that box that, like, in our past, trauma is the cause of all of this.
Oh, 100%.
But it's no longer a good enough excuse. You know why? Because right now we're in relationships, we're in business relationship, we're in personal relationships and stuff, where it's communication is required from you.
It's the bare minimum.
It's the bare minimum.
Yeah.
And, you know, even if you have the problem, somebody asking you to communicate, you should sit down, and if you're a rational being, go, actually, hold on, there's something not working over here, and it's my communication. She's told me that, or my partner's told me this, etc., etc. Yeah, I've now got to take that responsibility to work on it. Do you understand? I think we've kind of explained the cause of the problem, but we get stuck on the cause of the problem. Yeah, we went through trauma. A lot of us here,
because people talking about the trauma is them trying to rationalize not changing and being stuck.
That not changing
and being
is
stuck
the killer.
where they are. Because it's like, well, I never had a dad. Okay, bro, but when you're going to a work interview now, no one cares. True. Can you do the job or not?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Can you communicate effectively or not? Can you do it or not? No one's gonna say, oh, do you know what? We're gonna hire him because he had trauma.
No, it's
No
true.
one cares,
It's
bro.
true.
With this actually communicating things well, I feel like us as brothers should hold each other accountable because we'll have an outburst, like you say, and it's not just towards guys, it's towards girls as well.
Yeah.
So I might talk out of line to a girl because I'm angry and I can't convey my feelings, but it's like, I'm a grown man, I can convey things better, and it's like, if my guys aren't telling me where I'm wrong, it's like, I might just keep doing the same thing. Like you said, we've never been taught any other
That's
way.
a fact, because a lot of men won't say certain things because that's their brethren, and then they don't want to have that real conversation. But like I always say, if you ignore elephant in a room, it will turn into a dragon and eat you.
I like that.
You get me?
I like that.
But sometimes there's an issue and you don't want to ignore it. You don't want to address it. But all it's doing is compounding and accumulating to turn into something bigger.
Exactly.
The next day, because when your brethren's chatting wild to a girl and you're not saying anything, then the girl ends up being your sister. He's drunk or whatever at a party, and now he's boying off your sister.
You can go anywhere. You can go anywhere.
Now man's just scrapping. But
You
if you told him way back, maybe he would have taken it on board.
100.
But I feel one thing which leads into the toxic masculinity thing is just being able to manage your emotions. They don't teach us that.
That's the thing.
There's no one there to say, do you know what? You might be angry, but you gotta calm down.
Yeah.
Because bro,
You have to just learn to manage your emotions. And my mum always taught me that from young.
Yeah.
My mum always taught me that. You know how my mum is, innit?
Auntie's one of the
My
most
mum always taught me
cool-headed,
that,
cool-headed people I know.
you have to be cool, because when you're cool, you can process and pick the best, option.
But you know the reason? Sorry to interrupt you. Yeah? Just on the basis of what you said, you are right. But you got deep. A lot of men don't have these level of outlets, or they don't have the kind of process to kind of think about how rationally to treat their emotions. Like for example, I had some facts where it says that in the UK in 2016, I believe.
Suicides.
Yeah, suicide.
Suicides, yeah.
6,000 in that year. 6,000
Black men.
no people commit suicide that year.
Yeah.
And I think about
4,000 was men.
pretty much.
About
Yeah,
4,000,
about
yeah.
4,000 was
Yeah.
men.
You know the funny. Sorry to cut you. You know the funny thing about that. Women are more likely to experience negative emotion. Women are more likely to get depressed.
Mad.
But men are more likely to commit suicide.
That means we don't have the processor to process the emotions.
Women are more likely to get depressed.
Yeah.
But men are more likely to commit suicide.
They even attempt suicide more.
You.
Women do.
Yeah.
Really?
And it's so
But
funny.
when men do it, they just killed it, bro. They're
And
not
it's also
playing no
funny
games,
because
bro.
it says even men are less likely to access psychological therapy than women. Only 36% of referrals to the NHS taking therapies are men.
So flip that now. In terms of the toxic masculinity thing we're talking about, and how does toxic masculinity run society and whatever. And sometimes people say, oh yeah, we're in a patriarchal world, male-dominated world, male this, male that.
Yeah.
But if we're in a male-dominated world and it's toxic masculinity, how come most of the suicides are men? And why can't men get this access?
But then, bro, you
to
got to
these
deep it.
things?
It's a level of. You just mentioned the word patriarchy, right? It's that aspect of you need to be a man. You need to do certain things, and if you don't live up to those certain things, you can't be considered a man. So therefore, there's that stress in society
That is
intrinsically
on a man.
Exactly, you need to do it as a man. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to do this. You need to do that. As let me say, for example, I'm not talking about, because when you look at African culture now, a lot of women are breadwinners, But when you look at the traditional African man, you see that he's embodying his problems, or black man, shall I say? He's embodying his problems, his wife's problems, his family's problems, his extended family's problems. Bro, as a human being, all of that's gonna. If you don't have an outlet yourself to let it out, where does that go? It's just storing. Do you understand? Because the pressure to be a man. And to be a man that is responsible is so much more. You see what I mean? So from that angle, I can say it. Just lastly, just to add into the viewers as well. At the end, I'm going to put out some outlets. If you're going through, as a man, if you're going through any level of depression or mental health problems, and you need free consultation or free help, I'll put the links at the end of this video.
Yeah, I think it's important.
But I think. We, especially us as brothers, we do need to discuss how we feel. Do you understand? And I think we have to be accountable in the sense of, okay, I'm not a therapist. I'm never going to say I'm a therapist, but I know that I'm somebody that if I talk to you, there's a saying that a problem shared is half solved.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where to say, we do need to, as brothers, especially people watching this as well, if you have your friends, call them, check on them once in a while. You never know what anyone's going through, because some people are going through the likes of, okay, cool, you got university, you got work, you got family, you got this, you got that, and you're not letting go of the load. You're not talking to anybody about it.
Yeah.
So it builds up, and then you go into this state where to say you just don't want to talk to
Do you know what
anybody.
it is as well, bro? When I really look at it, a lot of people don't have friends.
Yeah.
Or don't have brothers.
Genuine
A
connections.
lot of
genuine
people
relations.
don't, You see them out partying with these guys or
Yeah.
this and that. But when it comes down to real life situations, I've been in real life situations where I know a lot of people, but when I'm in that situation,
It's only you going through
bro,
it.
I've got like 300 contacts on my phone. I can maybe only call 5.
Yeah.
Maybe out of the 5, 2 actually are not in a position to help me.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm down to 3 now.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 won't pick up.
Yep.
I mean, so a lot of people, I don't feel they have genuine friendships or brotherhoods with people. It's just, I wouldn't say a facade, but it's on a superficial level.
Very cosmetic.
Yeah, it's not deep in terms of, how can you call someone your brother if he ain't never helped you? Or you've never been in a position to know that's your brother. To know he's my bro.
Yeah.
Because I've been in situations where the person you least expect to help you is the man that helps you.
He's there.
And you're kind of surprised.
Yep.
Because the ones you expected, oh, bro, do you know what? I'm with this thing, or oh, bro, I'm with this. You know how it
You're saying that
goes,
one.
innit?
We all been through that one.
And the guy you least expect, bro,
It's pulling
the
up.
one that you least expect,
It's pulling up.
he's the one that comes.
And he ain't gonna feel away about it as well. He's
You're
gonna
just
do
gonna
it.
think, calm, you're my bro, but you're thinking,
Right.
I held these guys as my brothers over you.
Yes.
And you're the one that came to help me.
100%.
But it's not like, it's
Like,
all it is.
even-
It's true colours. It's true
Stephen,
colours.
even with us, what I feel we're in a very distinct and unique position to have friendships like this. In 7 years, I've never had an argument with you.
Yeah.
I have never had an argument with Jacob.
Nope.
I've never had an argument with Jono. I've never argued with you, man. Think about it.
It's a bit crazy.
no,
man.
true.
We've never had no issues.
And we should put it in context. We're in contact with each other almost every day.
And in uni, it was every single day.
Every single
Man
day.
was sleeping in each other's yards.
Those ones.
You hear me?
Bantering, having fun.
Hey, Stephen, hey, it's me, you know, where you? I'm downstairs.
Bro, we've never had. I can't remember having an argument with none of you.
No.
This guy, he's somebody, literally will call me because I was in first year when he was in second year. He was like, hey, Stephen, is your fridge full? Okay, no, I'm coming to pick you up. We're going to go take you to Asda. We're going to go do this, go do that.
You see me, bro. I'm someone, yeah. If I call you my friend, if I call you my brother, whatever the situation is, let's sort it out. We'll think about after.
That
I don't
mentality
care
is.
if it's food, if you got problems, real life problems, I'm there. We'll sort it out. Let's sort it out. And if we don't sort it out, then we don't, innit?
We don't, yeah.
But let's try.
Yeah, no, true, 100%.
You get me?
Facts.
That's what I'm on.
But
Facts.
in essence, what I'm trying to tell the viewers as well, though, is if and the listeners, sorry, please, you know, as a man, it is okay not to be okay, and if you can find some outlets that, in terms of what I'm going to put at the end, so some mental health organisations that you can actually venture into, I think that's the best way to go forward. Also, a lot of people don't know that their friends are going through things, so I think the best way is talk to your sociolect. You know, your sociolect for a reason. Even if you got one person, even if it doesn't even need to be a brother. If you have a female friend that is somebody that you can pour your heart out to, that's the most important thing.
Fingers. Sorry, Stephen. Yeah, sorry.